Hey everyone, thanks so much for tuning in to a clip of our most recent commentary. If you're interested in seeing the full commentary, you can go down to the description and click the links to see both Part 1 and Part 2. Also, while you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe. We come out with a video game commentary every Tuesday and a movie commentary every single Thursday. So subscribe to see some more of that good content. Thank you guys. We'll see you on the flip side.
I also kind of like this feeling. I feel like with these movies, things don't really have to make any sense. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, they have their own logic.
Yeah.
So it does make sense for the movie.
Yeah. An interlude. Well, I agree. Because it plays with the idea of story. In a post-Enlightenment age, we expect for there to be cause and effect and this very well-reasoned, very specific thing. But for the great majority of human history, that is not how people told stories or experienced life.
Yeah.
They were much more comfortable with this gray, mysterious weirdness to everything.
It's kind of going more back to the root, because this kind of stuff inspired kind of our stories today.
Yeah. Well, Joseph Campbell, Hero of a Thousand Faces. This is a hero of a thousand faces.
Remind me what that is again?
So
is it that basically pretty much every hero is one
Yeah, basically he talks about the cultural monomyth that every story can be broken down into this cycle where a man or a person encounters a situation that makes them leave their safe place and go out onto an adventure, and he's got it down into 10 steps. And how our stories have been basically just building on that for centuries. So, Simba in Lion King and Luke Skywalker in Star Wars.
Somehow I knew you were going to say both of those.
I think that's because those are the examples he uses in the book. I could be wrong about that, but at least when it was taught to me, those are the examples.
Yeah.
That it was taught to me again, and these examples were used again, so...
I mean, those are the pinnacle for, examples of, story.
Yeah.
Especially, in just, America.
Yeah. And I think this toys with that a little bit. Because it's oh, so he's going to grow and change. Because you know a movie. He goes through this situation and he changes as a person. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And as you're watching, you're right? But it's always got you on edge. I don't know.
Well, I always think about that because you watch movies and you're just well, movies have to follow rules, right?
Yeah.
They have to follow some kind of format.
Yeah.
And then another part of me is do they though?
Yeah.
What rule book is there?
Yeah.
That they have to have a character go through this, and then they have to fight someone, and then technically
the rule book is named Joseph Campbell's Hero of a Thousand Faces.
Is it that popular?
Yeah, it's what you study in order to write stories. But you're right. Do you have to? And this movie experiments with it well. But there's a lot of examples of people trying to do that or not trying to do that and just kind of missing the ball, like the original Suicide Squad, where they forgot to do that kind of stuff.
Well, that's...
As you wish. Oh, yeah, I'm not wanting to get it. It's just because the editing was so poor in that movie, they meant to do the story, and they just accidentally didn't. And so the story is incoherent.
Yeah.
But then there's movies like this, and really there's other movies that really lean into it way more.
Well, I like when movies, are really risky.
Yeah.
Because then they do stuff that you've never seen before. If you're into movies, I'm really into movies. I see a lot of movies.
Yeah.
So I've gotten used to seeing the same thing happen again and again.
Yeah,
Not that they're bad, it's just I know what to expect. So
there's a comfortableness in it.
If you see a movie that is extremely different, that just doesn't look the same as those, it's extremely it's a good feeling.
Yeah, it is. It's when it surprises you because I don't know how to put it.
The black spot.
When you've seen a lot of movies and you've picked up on themes and the way that tropes, this person did a bad thing, therefore they have to get their comeuppance at the end.
Yeah.
Or this person, they're telling me that this is a weakness in their character, therefore by the end they will have learned not to do this, or they will become a worse person because they didn't learn how to do this. Then if it's a happy movie or a sad movie, I can figure that out. So it's like, people don't like watching movies with me because I normally predict the end of it, because movies are predictable, because they're supposed to be, because that's comfortable, because we've been listening to the same types of stories literally for thousands of years.
Yeah.
And it's not, oh, I'm so smart. I'm not trying to say that. It's just, there's a comfortableness in that repetition.
Uh-huh.
But it means when I encounter something and I just have no earthly clue what's going to happen next, it's like...
It's refreshing.
It's really refreshing. Not that I don't like the other stuff. I just like this too.
Yeah. It's just good to have a movie like this every now and again.
Yeah. You know what to do.
And if you don't, ask someone.